Okay, here we have a HexBug Nano. It's a battery-powered robotic bug, and it's shaped and moves just like an insect. So with its battery-powered motor, it drives itself forward and it oscillates right and left semi-randomly. These bugs are great for hunting, racing and battling and other such things that you can get up to with the various specialised sets and whatever your imagination can bring you to do. So I'm going to open up this tube, I'm going to bring out this little HexBug. It already has a battery included, so it's ready to go, and as it says on the side here, there's a code inside, and if you're a collector, later on in the video I'll give you that code so you can enter it and register it online. Okay, to open these tubes you actually need to run either your nail or a pair of scissors around the very top here. There's a very small kind of dotted silvery line here, and you can normally do it with your nail. Let's just do that here quickly. Run. If you need scissors or a knife, get somebody that's good with the scissors and knives to help you. So here we go, out comes the HexBug Nano, and I'll roll the tube away. So there you go, all you get in the pack is a piece of paper, and it's right at the top there, and unfortunately some people do in stores break into these tubes just to grab that bit of paper because they're collectors. And you've then got inside this clear plastic packaging, again I'm going to throw that away, a fantastic looking emeraldy green bug. So let's just set that down there for a moment, and I'm going to zoom right in so you can have a good look. There it is. And I'm going to just quickly turn it on its sides as well so you can see it. As you can see, it's got a series of rubbery legs on the side. Let me just show you what I mean by rubbery. These really are very soft and rubbery, as is the entire top of the bug, so there's a little bit of squidge on all of them. The bottom's a little bit harder, and there's actually a plastic shell underneath there. There's a little on-off switch, and under this curved cover at the very back is a battery. That's actually an LR44 1.5 volt cell battery. So you can see the rubber legs, very easy, very flexible. And what I'm now going to do is just grab this code, and for those that are collectors I'm going to give you this code by letting you have a read from the screen so there's no confusion. There we go, so it's MN-JZ-A7-S6EI. So enjoy that if you're the first collector, well done. And what I'm now going to do is get on and show you this HexBug in various environments and play. Okay, to start with we're going to have just a HexBug, and I'm going to show you that you need nothing more than things that you already have in around your house, in your bedroom, that to have fun with this HexBug. They're great, and all they need is a hard surface. So I'm going to bring in a tray, a normal tray that you'd bring your food and plate and drink to the table on, and that melamine plastic tray is all we need. So I'm going to quickly pop the bug in, turn him on, and as you can see, because it's got sides, it allows the bug to bounce around. Now okay, that's fine, he's now working. You can see that straight out the tube they work. He fell over a little bit just there, but he also saw that he was able to right himself, and that's quite a common thing that HexBug Nanos can do. A, they fall over, and B, that they can right themselves if they do get themselves into a mess on their sides or on their backs. They're pretty good at self-righting. So this isn't so much fun, so I'm going to introduce some obstacles, whether that be anything heavy. Straight away hit it, bounced off, he's on his back, he's on his side, and he's up again. It could be heavy key. Again, all I'm doing is adding obstacles. As he hits them, you heard a nice ring there as it hit a metal key, and he's bouncing around quite merrily, having fun. But you can as equally add in things that you've built. So here's some pieces I built with some Lego that was lying around. And quite quickly you can create little mazes and little environments for this little fellow to run around in and get lost in. Now what you'll find when the HexBug eventually hits one of these Lego walls, here he goes, he's into an area where hopefully he will, he's actually strong enough to move them. So what I'd recommend is getting a few blobs of blue tack and a few blobs of these underneath the pieces, the corners, etc. And that can quite quickly, breaking the wall down in my hands now, quite quickly secure this to your tray or any surface. And now I'm going to move these two ones I haven't done out of the way, just put him right in front of it, and now he can't move it, so that's exactly what you want. With Lego I recommend 2 bricks tall, so a standard Lego piece, 2 bricks tall, because it needs to be tall enough so that the bug can't stick his nose over the top, because when he can, he doesn't run so well. So that's just a small tip. And what I'm now going to do is to introduce a couple of other HexBugs. So these guys don't cost a great deal. I think they're quite good pocket money playing pieces. And let's introduce another couple. And one more. And quite quickly you can see that you've got 4 guys running around, battling and tussling. You can have many more pieces if you've got a lot of Lego. You could of course set them into quite clever little maze constructs. You could have them in little arenas and little areas. If you've got a long table that you've got enough Lego to build a surround with, and you could build a couple of corridors, you can quite easily do racetracks. So there's quite a lot of things that you can do with these HexBugs already out of the packet without any extras. Now that isn't to say that the HexBug company haven't invented some other extra fun pieces to go with them. That key's making a right rattly noise. I'm going to take that piece out for now. And you absolutely can buy what they call HexBug habitats. And HexBug habitats are basically dedicated pieces of track and cells that allow you to do the same kind of thing you could do on any hard surface with Lego, with pieces of heavyweightish obstacles. You could be using books, you could be using cardboard tubes that you've weighted down and made into interesting shapes. So it really is nothing limiting play options you have with a HexBug, as long as you've got a hard surface and some obstacles that they can bounce and deflect on, and you've got your own imagination and you're able to build those kind of environments. But what I'm going to do now is to show you some of the options that the HexBug range includes. Okay, here we have a small setup of HexBug habitat pieces. This is what I'm going to call a HexBug cell. This cell looks different because you can see there's little dots and holes in it. This is called Construct HexBug cell, where this is the original HexBug cell, where there are no holes and, importantly, no removable sidewalls. So these sidewalls on all the Construct cells actually are removable. But apart from that, they're the same. And these orange doors in the middle of each of the 6 sides on the hex cells are all able to be opened and closed. Okay, let's get the single new emerald guy running around in here just quickly whilst I talk. So I've also added in a couple of one-way flaps. Perfect, he's gone through one there and he's happily running around, and the one-way flaps prevent him from going through in one direction and open another. They were available in the Raceway HexBug set. This track is pretty standard and it's easy to introduce more track, so what I'm going to do is quickly add 3 more curves in. And what I'm going to do is just to open these 2 doors up whilst he's nowhere nearby. It says, hopefully get this in place before he gets there. And what you can see, no, I missed it, he's already come in, I'm going to let him that way. And what you can easily do is to click in place some extra track, and you can grow and grow and grow. So it's quite easy to explain. You've got these hermaphrodite male-female connectors, and the track connects to both each other as well as the hex cells just by the doors. So this orange flipper is a angleable piece that you can plug into the Construct hex cells, and it allows you to influence the direction that the HexBug takes. Now you've got to be a little bit careful with them, because too many of these and you can actually get them into a little bit of a twist and a knot. This roller system is again part of the Construct play piece. You get these in the Construct systems in the Hive set. And what I'm going to just do to quickly end here is add again some of the other guys back into play with him, so you can see them jostling around together. But you can see that a combination of your own arenas that you've made on hard surfaces, table or trays, with Lego or any other kind of communal available builder block system, enables you to create the same kind of ideas that you've got here, where you've got yourself a track. Now obviously they've done a clever thing here, they've made sure the track can be is just the right width, so the 2 bugs, let's put them face to face, that's a perfect example, green and grey, they can just overtake each other. Although of course these guys have to push and battle, and there goes the blue to join in, and I'm even going to make it even more fun with the white on the back. Now these guys should be able to overtake themselves. They can normally sort themselves out. I think the way that they've angled is making it particularly awkward, and with all good things you have to get involved and interact, and there are some log jams. The green's now nose diving through, but there we go, much more successful overtake. So that's the idea. You can see how that's really meant to work. Normally it does. And you can see that they really like to go around and hunt and nosy around and find all the various avenues, as well as headbutt each other and interact with all the walls and pieces, and they can make quite a racket. And I've got some very large environments where you will see plenty of these bugs doing various different clever things like solving mazes, battling and racing with one another. And as you can see, although that bug did on its side, they've just gone through this playground piece, the twin vertical rollers. There's also horizontal rollers, there's also a roundabout type system you can get, and you can have, again, on bigger sets, a good combination of these play pieces. I quite like lining these up in a row and to see how many times the bugs successfully are able to do multiple of these playground pieces in succession. To do that, of course, you need a nice big open playing area, which in this case just requires a number of construct cells neighbouring each other, plugged in together with the sidewalls off. And again, you'll see that on some other videos on my channel. So hope that helps explain exactly what the HexBugs are all about. I'm going to just turn these off. So as I explained, you only need a single HexBug. You don't need to buy any of the construct system, but what really does make these fun is having a combination of the habitat, a number of the bugs, and your imagination, and you really have got a very unlimited range of play ideas with the HexBug Nanos, and I think for that reason and many others, they're great, collectible, bright, vibrant, I think quite affordable. These are quite cheap. The habitat sets can get a little bit more expensive, so you certainly are investing a little bit more in these, but I think it's got a very good long-term play value. Your friends can bring their bugs around, your friends can bring their track and habitat sets around. Yeah, you might need to make a little mark on the bottom of the track underneath so you know whose is whose, because it all looks the same, but that's easy enough to sort out at the end, and you can get some great big construct habitat sets sprawling across your floor, and it's more fun in my mind than things like train sets and racing car track sets. So it's a little bit like Matchbox, but these can do far more than just race. They don't just go forwards, they can go all over the place, they're acrobatic, they hunt, they seek, and I think this really brings a really nice new angle of play, and why I give 2 thumbs up to HexBug Nanos. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe and comment.